Hey everyone, this is Manda Arpita. So today in this tutorial, I'll be showing you basic SQL commands with inbuilt functions like aggregate function, group by, order by, and other built-in functions. We'll discuss it further like INITCAP, lower and upper. Right? I'll give you some queries and questions by which we'll execute some queries. I'll show you the queries and their outputs so that you'll be able to understand the execution flow of how it goes. So the first question is, how many students are the members of the library? So the number of students are addressed by member number, and each student is given a unique member number, right? And member number is a part of table membership. So I say select count member number from membership. Count is my aggregate function and member number is an attribute of a table. So I say count the number of member numbers from the table membership. So it gives me the output count member number and 6. So once I'm done with that, this is how it looks on your SQL prompt. Then the next question is, totally how many books have been issued to the student? So I need to count book number from book. So the same count operation gives you the output 6 again. And the next question goes like, what is the average price of the books in the library? To find the average price, the aggregate function is AVG. So I say select AVG. In the brackets, what do I need to find? I need to find price. So I say AVG price from book, which gives me the average price of the total books in the library. So once I'm done with that, this is how it looks with the SQL command prompt. And the next question is to find the maximum price of the books in the library. Then I say select max price from book. So that is what gives me the maximum price. Once done with this, I need the total cost. For the total cost, what is the aggregate function that we can use over here? So it is sum. Calculates the sum of values. So I use sum over here. So it says select sum price from book, which gives me the addition of all the prices which are present in my table. So once I'm done with that, the next question is I need to display the student names whose name starts with capital letter A, like normal A, right? So I say select star from student where student name. After this, I need to specify a condition where the starting letter is A and the rest follows, like anything can be there. So I say A and percentile. The percentile means there can be any number of words and there can be any word. And if there is a specific dash, that means there can be only one word filling that particular dash. So this has been clear. So A percentage over here means that the starting letter should be A and whatever is following over there can be many number of letters, including different kinds of alphabets, right? So I'm checking if there is anything. So there is no row selected because my table doesn't have. So this is my table. You can check if there is any name with A, no. So just for instance, to show you for an example, I'm saying K percentage, which means the starting letter should be K and the rest can be followed by any number of alphabets and any alphabet. So Karthik is getting displayed. So there is only one name starting with K. So my next query will be list the book number and the book name from the book table, and the result should be in ascending and descending order. So I need to order the book name once in ascending order, and the second time I should display the book name in descending order. So to do that, the same thing as above, select star from. Instead of star, I say the columns which I need. So the columns which are needed are book number and book name. And from which table do I need? From book. And I need to order by. Order by is an inbuilt function, second inbuilt function which we're going to talk about, order by clause, right? And this order by default is going to give you ascending order, but then I just specify ASC, which specifies ascending order. And as you can see, it is done. So once you're done, yeah, now I have specified in ascending order, but as you can see HDO, but D has to come above it. So you're wondering why? I've said order by and book number. So book number has been arranged in the ascending order. As you can see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this is how ascending order works. If I've given book name over here, then it would have given names in ascending order. And this is how it looks in a query model. And the next execution is to give the descending order. So as you can see, once you've given order by book number DESC, which means descending order, will give you 5, 7, 5, 6, 5, 5, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2. So this is how it goes. So the next question which I have is how many distinct author books can be found in the library. So what you're gonna say is if you need different people, like if you have 2 3 same columns, CSC, and you want how many departments are there, I'm going to say distinct departments, which is going to display me only one CSC. So that is the same case near the authors. I need to display, I don't want to redundant the information. I want if two informations are there, I want only one information among them to be displayed, which specify that that kind of information is present. So what I do is select distinct author from book. So I say there should be no repetitions, right? So these things are selected for me. So there's no repetition among them? Yeah, right. So once we're done with that, now we need to select a date between 1 Jan 11 and 1 Aug 14. So in our given table. So I'm going to select, as you can see, my issue date. There's a table called issue date, which has date values. So yeah, over here, this is my table, right? And my table has dates over here. So I want to arrange them. No, I need to give them in a give the range between 1 Jan 11 to 1 August 14. So what do I do for that? I say select is date from is record where is date, the date I need to arrange, right? So I'm going to say is date between 1 Jan 11. This is the way you express dates in your SQL, and 1 Aug 14. So this is how you do that. And once you're done with that, it displays only one date, which is between 1 Jan 11 and 1 Aug 14, which is 12th April 14, which is already listed in your table. That's over here, right? So once you're done with that, this query is complete. The next query would be find the total number of books borrowed in the student whose membership ID is 15677. So I need to find the total number of books. So what I do is I say select count star from issue record where member number is 15677. So I'm specifying a condition, so the count star is going to be 1. And my next question is display the student book table by using character INITCAP lower and upper. Yeah, this is the third kind of category which we are using, built-in functions. These built-in functions are like INITCAP lower and upper cases. What actually happens is you've given some name, Sachin, Karthik, all these things, and all of them have been displayed in capital letters. So if I want to display them in small letters, I use the keyword lower. And if I want them to be in capital letters, I use the keyword upper. And if I want the starting letter to be capital and the rest to be small, then I use the keyword called INITCAP. So here I am going to show you the three statements and how they're executed by using different examples. So now when I'm doing it with the student table, right? I'm saying select student name. I'm selecting only student name, and I'm applying the function initcap, which means the starting letter should be capital and the rest can be followed by small letters from student. So initcap student name, and all of them, as you can see, are printed in small letters, right? So once we're done with that, we have the next question, which says we have to print it in lower cases. So when you say lower, everything is printed in lower, as you can see. So, and the next one is the upper function. The upper function actually gives you everything in caps lock, and that is the default function and by which you get caps lock for everything. So this is done. I did the same thing for the table book also, just as an example so that you can do it. So once you're done with this, my next part or the next question would be display the books according to the alphabetical order. To display it by alphabetical order, as I already told you, book will have order by will by default give you ascending order, right? So I'm saying select book name from book, order by book name. Order by book name gives you the ascending order of the book names present. If I say order by book name in ASC ascending order, it again gives you the same because order by is by default ASC. If I say DESC, it gives me in descending order, right? Now I'm going to show you some numeric functions which use dual or system. So the example is when you say select round is a function, and if you give some value like 57.5 from dual is common, right? That is from the system. And select is selecting some value, round is a function, and 57.5 is some value which you are giving. What does this round function do is if you're giving 57.5 and the value after point, if it is greater than or equal to 5, then it gives the seal value of the value which you have given. So the seal value of the value which you have given is 57.5 seal value is going to be 58, right? But 58 because after the point I have 5 which is greater than or equal to 5. Just know this point. That is why I gave it to be 58. So then what does that command trunc do? Trunc actually removes what is after the decimal point. It truncates, it deletes what is after the decimal point. So I have 57. Now if it is 57.4, there is no difference. As you can see, it is 57 again. So I give 57.9, there's no difference, it's 57 again. If I give 57.44, it is 57 again. So by this it is clear that trunc just eliminates the decimal point. Once you're done with that, we have absolute value, which takes only the positive values. If I've given minus 57.44, it takes 57.44 as the output. And if I've given 57.44, it is 57.44 as it is as the output. So absolute will always convert negative values to positive values, and positive values will be displayed as the same. And now what is floor? Floor value is nothing but, if I give 57.9999, so what is the floor value of this? Floor value is going to be 57. So that is how floor value, seal value, and the absolute value along with the truncate value work. So the next question is, what book is published most recently? So I need to order the issue date in ascending order. So most recent will be 12 April, least recent will be 17 August. So this is how I order them. So select start from issue record, order by issue date, and I need the issue date to be in ascending order. So the next question is, display the total number of books for each author. So what do? I need to count the total number of books, right? So I say count book name, right? So the total number of books is being counted, and at the same time comma author. I need to specify beside the author how many books a particular author has. So I give author from book. And how do I group? I group by author. That means if I have three authors are becoming one, and the number of authors is being displayed at the side. So that is how I write this query. So once we are done with group by command, group by is one of the other function which we're going to discuss, that is an inbuilt function. And the next question is going to be, find out the total number of students for each department. This is going to be somewhat like that. Select count, I'm going to count number of students, and now here comes the concept of aliasing. Aliasing is nothing but, when I say count student name, as you can see count book name, it is displaying the entire count book name, which actually seems to be odd, right? So what I do, count student name as NO underscore OF underscore student, number of students. So that is getting displayed. So this can be the second name or the name which get displayed. So this has a technical term called aliasing, right? So once we're done with this, I've selected the number of students and the department. These two are to be displayed from student table, and I have to group by department. So there are 4 CSEs in my table student. So all of them are grouped together, and the number of groups have been displayed at the side. So you can easily categorize how many students are there per department. So doing this, the next question is going to be, find how many books are there in each category of the library. So now I need to group by category, if you can understand the concept. Select, count the number of books. I need to count the number of books as number of books. This is the alias name. And the second thing which is getting displayed will be my category. From which table? Book table. Group by category this time. So I'm grouping by category. If there are 2 Abraham Silverton, so both of them are getting grouped, and I'm getting a number 2 over here for number of books. So once that is done, my next question is going to be, find the total number of amount that is pending to be paid in the library. So that is what is fine, right? That is not yet paid. If it is paid, that will give you 0. So I'm going to sum up all them. I need to total all them, and that is what is going to be my amount that is pending to be paid. So I select find from issue record. At the same time, I apply an aggregate function which is sum, right? So my sum is getting displayed. And the last question of this command from the example will be, what would be the total cost of books under each category? So I need to find the total cost of software engineering books. So I have 2 computer books, right? So I need to give the total cost. If it is 500, it would be 1000, right? So what I do is select price, comma, I need to list by author or the category. Okay, author from book, group by author or category. So what happens, as you can see, sum of price and this thing is given side by side. So if you want to see the table, yeah, I'm going to say select star from book. So as you can see here, you have 2 500 values which gave you a sum of 1000 over here for computer. So there's another computer which has 500. These both are under the same category, Silverson. So that is why I got the sum to be 1000 over here. Hope you understood. So this is how you make sum up. So this video was all about aggregate functions, group by, order by, and built-in functions. So we'll see you in the next video with more of SQL. Thanks for watching.